There are two kings after David in the tribe of Judah that were announced by the Bible as unequal. Wala silang kagaya before or after them. It was Josiah and Hezekiah. Dalawang hari lang sinabi po sa Bible, walang naging kagaya sa kanilang ginawa. Simula nung sila ay pinanganak, bago sila ay panganak at pagkatapos nito. There are two unequal kings by faith in the Bible after David that were named by the book, si Hezekiah po at saka si Josiah. Now, the story was about when Hezekiah was old and he is sick of cancer. Meron po siyang sakit which is unto death. The Bible tells us he was sick unto death. God was telling him through the prophet, you are going to die. You pack your things up. That means you prepare your family. Tell them about everything. You make your last will and testament, and then you will die and never live again. Then after hearing the words of the prophet, which he believed immediately, pagkatapos siya po naniwala po siya kaagad, pero David, ang sabi po dito, pumunta siya sa wall and prayed to God. He prayed to God, cried to God, and wept much, umiyak po. At ang nagsabi, siya po ay humiling, Panginoon, alalahanin mo ako. And knowing the events, God heard him. God remembered the things that he has done and
added unto him 15 years. It is a long time. Mahabang panahon ang nadagdag sa kanya, knowing that he has a terminal sickness. Mga kapatid, may I preach to you tonight the 3 lessons on this message. Remember now, O Lord. Number one, we can know and we can learn from that story the uncertain life of man. The uncertain life of man. James 4:14 says, whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. Life is so uncertain, mga kapatid. Don't you be ever sure of life knowing that you have money, knowing that you have good health, or knowing that you have a bad health. You don't describe life. Huwag mong idipina ang iyong buhay ayon po sa ating nakikita. Okay? You don't measure life on the things you see. Huwag mong tignan, hindi po naman sinabi na huwag mong pagsikapan ng buhay. Okay? Hindi ho masama ang mag-aral, hindi ho masama ang magpayaman, hindi ho masama ang mag-ipon, hindi ho masama na maging health conscious. Pero marami yung health conscious ang may sakit ngayon. Marami yung mayaman ang namatay. I mean, you don't measure life by the things we see. Because life of man is uncertain. The uncertain life of man, just try to imagine. Hezekiah was a rich king, but he was dying. He was rich, but he was dying and not enjoying his life. Luke 12:15. When I said not enjoying, it was on the very day that he knew he will die. Sino ba naman ang mag-enjoy nun? Diba, sasabihin sa'yo, you shall die and not live. He was rich. He was king. Luke 12:15. Ready? Go. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. Magsiingat kayo, sabi ng Panginoon, sa kasakiman, sapagkat ang buhay ng tao ay hindi nasusukat sa dami ng pag-ari-arian na kanya pong pag-aari. You don't measure the success of life by the things you will gain in life. It's not bad to gain things in life, but that is not the measurement of success. He was rich, but he was dying. Then the Bible tells us he was king, but he cannot rule well with that sickness. And life is so uncertain, even with that result. Tingnan nyo ha, kung gaano ka-uncertain ang buhay. He was rich, he was sick. Pangalawa naman, he was sick, and it's a terminal disease, but he lived for 15 years. May sakit siya, may taning na ang buhay niya, pero nabuhay siya ng 15 taon. Maraming tao walang sakit, malalakas. May ligaw na bahala ng pinamakamatay. I mean, that's how you see life. Your life is under the hand of God. No matter how sick you are, or no matter how good health you have, the Bible tells us life is uncertain. You don't measure it, you don't be sure about it by the things that you see. That's why the Bible encourages us to live by faith and not by sight. Amen. Let us not waste our time running away from God. The only sure life on earth is a life under the perfect will of God. Yeah. Ang natatanging kong tiyak na buhay, mga kapatid, may lakas o wala, may karamdaman o wala, may pera o kukunti ang pera o maraming pera, anuman ang meron ka ngayon, ang sukatan ng kasiguraduhan ng buhay mo ay nasa Panginoon pa rin. Yeah. Some measure life by their age. Bata pa naman kasi ako, kaya marami pa akong pwedeng gawin, kaya sa faithful. Look on Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. The uncertain life of man. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse number 1. Number 1. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse number 1. The old king, who was called the wisest man in the earth, learned something, a very important thing, and he wrote it all on Ecclesiastes. Ito pong Ecclesiastes ay nasulat po ni Solomon, sabi mo ng tradisyon, nung siya'y may edad na. Sa kabila ng maraming babaeng ganyan, to all the girls he loved before, 700 wives, 300 concubines, with all the punishments came from God, pinalulo siya ng Diyos, sira ho ang kaharian dahil sa Kanya, and with all the bad influence that He gave to those people under Him, He learned the great lesson of life. Verse number 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. You be faithful in your young age. You give your life at your young age. There is only one sure life on earth, and that is on verse number 13. Are you ready? Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Before I preach this message, the devil put some doubts in my heart. And he said, what if you die today? And what if there is no resurrection from the dead? And what if there is no heaven? And everything will be nothing. Everything will be nothing. And then I prayed to God and said, Lord, encourage my heart, my faith. And then I learned that God is true, and I remembered how true the Bible is, and I remember how perfect my Bible is. And faith is so powerful enough to believe the truth beyond reasons. Higit pa sa kayang isipin ng logic, kasi logic ang pinagagana ng tao minsan eh. Pero pag ang pananampalataya po ang umangat, pag ang pananampalataya po ating ginamit, at reasonable naman ang ating pananampalataya, at kung ito'y pag-aaralan din naman, totoo ang Biblia, totoo ang Diyos, totoo ang Panginoong Jesus na namatay para sa akin, totoo ang kanyang pagkabuhay muli, totoo ang gawain ka at ginagawa. Ang ibig sabihin, mga kapatid, habang buhay pa ako, sana maisip ko, lahat matatapos, lahat mawawala. At kung ano man ang gagawin ko kay Kristo, yun po ang maglalast. Amen. Praise God, there is a promise, and there is a great commandment by the wisest King Himself. Amen. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments. You don't live your life on your own. You live your life under His will. Why? Because this is so uncertain. napaka-hindi tiyak na buhay. Hindi mo alam paglabas mo, baka masasagasaan ka. Hindi natin alam, baka bigla na tayong garahin ng China. We don't even know. But whatever it is, kahit pa magkaroon ng tagtutong sa Pilipinas, kahit pa magka-El Nino, o kahit ano ba ang problema dumating, isa po ang sinasabi ng Biblia, habang nabubuhay ka, sundin mo ang Panginoon, hindi ka maliligaw na lang. Life is so uncertain, but praise God, there is certainty in the hands of the mighty God. There is sureness, rest assured in the mighty hand of God. Kaya nga yung kanta napakaganda yung it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. No matter how, kahit po ano nang mangyari, kahit ano nang persecution, a man can live in peace if he is under the will of God. Amen? So please do not waste your time running away from God. Start to go back. Start to find the way under His will. And once you are living your life under His will, life is sure with God's protection. Amen? And the uncertain life of man. Number 2, the unequal faith of Hezekiah. The unequal faith of Hezekiah. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse number 3, as we have read. Let us read again. 2 Kings chapter 18, verse number 3. The Bible tells us, 2 Kings chapter 18, verse number 3. If you're there, say amen. Amen. Ang sabi po ng Bible, read. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord. Ang sabi po ng Bible, and he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that David his father did. Pinakinggan po ng Diyos ang kanyang napakahirap na panalangin para sa tao. Para sa tao, para sa doktor, para sa pera. There is no amount of money that can change the future of a dying man.
Yes, sir.
Wala po na-prolong ng konti ng mga machine, but the death was sure then in that time. Wala na, napakahirap. Pero bakit naging madali? Kasi nakialam ang Panginoon. At bakit nakialam ang Diyos? Kasi meron po siyang magandang patotoo. The unequal faith of Hezekiah. No wonder why he was heard by God. No wonder why the miracle came. No wonder why God heard him. He immediately prayed. Hello, are you with me? Majority of all sick people pray to God. All of sick, God-believing people pray to God. But not all of them are answered. Are you with me? Majority, if not all, of the Christians who have problems, terrible problems, pray to God. All of us pray. We ask God for help. Sometimes we pray only when we need help. Are you with me? But not all answered. Not all are answered. Only but a few chosen men are answered. Praise God, He listens to prayer. Praise God, He answers prayer. But when it comes to terrible needs, hello, are you with me? Marami hong nananalangin, umiiyak po sa Panginoon. Pero bakit may iilan talaga na nasasagot niya? Meron talagang mga tao na nakaratingin. Hindi ko alam ang mga perfect plan ng Panginoon sa bawat isa sa atin. Pero may iniiwan po ang Biblia na mga ilang paraan kung paano sa darating na pangangailangan maaari kang humiling at papakinggan ka ng Diyos. At isa na po dito para sa akin ay ang hindi mapapantay ang pananampalataya ni Hezekiah. He restored worship in his time. Are you with me? He restored worship in his time. 2 Chronicles chapter 30, verse 1 to 4. 2 Chronicles chapter 30, verse 1 to 4. Are you ready? 2 Chronicles chapter 30, verses 1 to 4. And Hezekiah, are you there? Samahan niyo po ako. And Hezekiah sent to all Israel and Judah and wrote letters also to Ephraim and Manasseh, that they should come to the house of the Lord at Jerusalem to keep the Passover to the Lord God of Israel. For the king had taken counsel and his princes and all the congregation in Jerusalem to keep the Passover in the second month. But they could not keep it at that time because the priests had not sanctified themselves sufficiently. Neither had the people gathered themselves together to Jerusalem. And the king pleased the king and all the congregation. Noong pong panahon, bago po si Hezekiah, matagal pong hindi nag-worship ang mga tao ng Diyos. And they have gods of different kinds. But when he became king, he restored the Passover worship. Ito po yung isang feast na kung saan inaalala ang nangyari po kay Moses noong pong panahon ng 10th plague. Nung pinatay po ng Diyos ang mga panganay ng Egyptyo, si Moses po at kasama po ang mga Hudyo, nagpintura po ng dugo sa doorpost po nila at saka po nananalangin sa Panginoon, and then the angel passed over them. Hindi sila pinatay ng anghel. Doon po nagsimula ang Feast of the Passover, and it pictures Jesus Christ. Ipinipicture po nito si Jesus, and it became a worship to the people of Israel. Nawala po yun, but when Hezekiah became king, he restored worship. Are you with me? Are you with me? Most of the sick Christians pray to God for help, but not most of the sick Christians love worship. Marami po ang nagkakasakit, marami po ang nagkakaproblema, marami po ang nahihirapan sa buhay ng mga mananampalataya na gustong sagutin ng Diyos ang kanilang hiling. Ngunit hindi po silang lahat ginagalang ang araw ng pagsamba. Ginagalang ang oras ng pagsamba. Always remember, kung paano pong si Hezekiah napakinggan ng Panginoon, hindi ko po sinasabi na ito lang ang paraan. Kasi po ang Diyos, maawain Diyos. Kahit nga hindi tayo deserving eh. Kahit nga sablay tayo, sino ba ang deserving ng blessing ng Panginoon sa atin? Hindi ko po sinasabi na eto lang ang susi, pero pwede nating tignan kung paano, bakit, na mamamatay na si Hezekiah, pinuhay ng Diyos. Eh mga kapatid naman, tignan nyo naman kung gano'n niya kamahal ang pagsamba. Marami pong tao ngayon, hiling ng hiling sa Panginoon. Pero pag oras ng worship, parang ang babaw-babaw lang ng Diyos sa kanilang buhay. Parang baliwala na, mamawala. Remembering those days, kung pag-aaralan yung history ng Christianity, na sarili pong karir ng tao iiwanan niya para sa Sunday worship. Importanteng mga bagay ipagpapalit para sa pagsamba sa Panginoon. But we are in a generation where people think that going away from the services of worship is as easy as that. Hindi po eh. Mga kapatid, ang Diyos po noon na pinagsasakripisyo ng mga Hudyo, ang Diyos noon na pinagsakripisyo ng mga unang Kristiyano, ay Diyos pa rin ngayon. Amen. That means, kung ginalang ng Panginoon ang mga gumalang sa Kanya noon, gagalangin niya pa rin ngayon ang mga gumagalang sa Kanya. Sa oras ng pagsamba. Try to imagine if we will have the faith of Hezekiah, all of our members will be here. But what happened? We will be filled on Wednesday. We will be filled on Sunday afternoon. We will be filled on Sunday morning. Why? Because they honor worship. He restored worship in this time. The unequal faith of Hezekiah. My friends, my beloved, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. And I hope and pray that even if many Christians will belittle worship, I hope and pray that you tonight will still give high regard to worship. Sana ho, kung ang iba minaliit ang pagsamba, yung iba ho may dahilan, at naniniwala ako may dahilan ng iba, hirap talaga. Pero naniniwala po kung marami po, hindi lang sa church natin, pati sa ibang simbahan, nagtatahilan. I went to a church with a 300 in attendance every Sunday morning. And we attended their prayer meetings and they have only 6 people. 6 people. 300 on Sunday morning. 6 people at prayer meeting. With 4 from the pastor's family. Pastor, asawa niya, 2 anak. Nakadalawang pera. That's it. Mga kapatid, I hope and pray that we will continually love worship. Amen. Kasi ho, ang dahilan nito, tayo po papunta ng impyerno, namatay yung Panginoon para sa atin. Ibig sabihin ngayon sa langit tayo pupunta. Kaya ang anumang araw ang hingin niya, kung para din naman sa Panginoon na nagligtas sa akin sa impyerno, ibibigay ko at magsasamba ako. That's worship. That's worship. He restored worship. And he regarded God. He regarded God. 2 Kings 19. 2 Kings 19. 2 Kings 19, verse 1 to 7. Are you there? And it came to pass, when King Hezekiah heard it, that he rent his clothes, and covered himself with sackcloth, and went into the house of the Lord. Pastor, what happened? Paano natapos si Hezekiah? The greatest nation on that time was Assyria. Yung Syria po ngayon na ginagana. The greatest nation in that time was Assyria. Meron po akong subject sa Bible school, yung ancient civilization. Assyria was so powerful that they don't even need to fight their enemies for them to surrender. Hindi na nila kailangan labanan. Sa sobrang makapangyarihan nila, salita lang mga kapatid. Kung hindi nyo iaari ang mga buhay nyo sa amin, patay kayong lahat. Wala na, hindi na lalaban with the power of the Assyrian army. Wala na. Sila po'y susuko at magiging tributaries. Naglalagay na sila ng tax, nagbabayad na sila. Nasasakop po sila ng Assyrian Empire. Ang Judah po ay napakaliit na kaharian. Pinuntahan ng Assyrian Empire. Sinabihan sila, magbayad na lang kayo, hindi na namin kailangan pagpapatayin kayo lahat kasama pa ng hari ninyo. Huwag kayo maniwala sa hari ninyo, tsaka yung kasama niya laging printer si Isaiah. Sabi ho ng tauhan po ng hari, sumuko na lang kayo, ibigay nyo lang. Kaya si Hezekiah po natakot, umiyak sa Panginoon. Verse number 2, And he sent Eliakim, which was over the household, and Shebna, the scribe, and the elders of the priests, covered with sackcloth to Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos. And they said unto him, Thus saith Hezekiah, This day is a day of trouble and rebuke and blasphemy. For the children are come to the birth, and there is not strength to bring forth. It may be the Lord thy God will hear all the words of Rabshakeh. Si Rabshakeh po yung assistant po ng hari ng Syria, ng Assyria, na nanakot po sa kanila. Whom the king of Assyria's master had sent to reproach the living God. Sinong Diyos ang makakapagligtas sa inyo? Sa dami ng mga Diyos-Diyos ang pinatumba ng Diyos ng Assyria. That was the words of Rabshakeh. And then the Bible tells us, sinabi niya, ito yung panahon na binaliit nila ang Diyos, and will reprove the words which the Lord thy God hath heard. Wherefore lift up thy prayer for the remnant that are left. So the servants of King Hezekiah came to Isaiah. Sa madali pong sabi, lumapit po siya sa Panginoon. Niregard niya ang Panginoon sa kanyang buhay. At pagdating po sa verse number 36 and 37, ito po yung hari na matapang. Ito po yung hari na makapangyarihan. Ito po yung hari ng Assyria na nakakatakot. Verse 36. So Sennacherib, king of Assyria, departed and went and returned and dwelt at Nineveh. And it came to pass as he was worshipping in the house of his rock, his God, that Adrammelech and Sharezer, his sons, smote him with the sword. And they escaped into the land of Armenia. And Esarhaddon, his son, reigned in his stead. Patay mo yung hari, pinatay ng mga sarili na lang. Umuwi na walang nagawa sa Israel. Umuwi na walang nagawa. Alam niyo po yung northern part, nasakop po ng Assyria yun. Yung southern part na maliit, dahil may hari sila na umiyak sa Panginoon at nanalangin. Hindi niya po pinaya. Nagbigay po ng takot ang Diyos sa kanilang mga ari at nagtakbuhan. Umuwi ang hari, pinatay ng kanyang dalawang anak, at hindi po niya nagawang sakupin ng Judah. Are you with me? Yeah. Brethren, it was written in history, all the kingdoms that were overcome or yung tinalo ho ni King Sennacherib, nakasulat po yan sa history. Yes, kung paano nagbigay ng tribute sa kanilang mga hari, hindi po kasama ang kaharian ni Hezekiah. Bakit? Kasi may hari at may propeta na nire-regard ng Panginoon sa lahat. Paano siyang pinakinggan ng Diyos? Because he regarded God in his life. Do you regard God? Yun po yung memorize na natin na verse, Proverbs chapter 3, in all thy ways acknowledge Him. Totoo ba talaga? Or pag little things we don't regard God? Kahit simpleng bagay kung mamumupit ka, natitim kang mamupit, natitim kang magkasala, do you regard God? Yes, we cannot perfect it. Hindi natin kayang i-perfect. Are you with me? There are certain times we are in the flesh and we don't regard God. But really, the question, do you regard God? Do you acknowledge Him? Ina-acknowledge mo ba siya sa decision making mo? Sa bawat ginagawa mo ba, nakikita mo ba na nakikita ka niya?
Alam mo ba na yung iniisip mo at yung mga hindi alam ng tao, alam niya?
Do you regard God?
Because Hezekiah regarded God in his life.
And he rejected evil. He rejected evil. Hezekiah rejected evil. Nireject niya po ang kasamaan. Nireject niya po ang kalokohan. And I believe he just deserved to be answered. Ako po'y naniniwala ng buong puso, nakita ng Panginoon ang kanyang mga ginawa. At binigyan siya ng pagkakataon ng Diyos na masagot.
Uulitin ko po, hindi lang ho yun ang susi para pakinggan ang ating panalangin. Sapagkat napakahiwaga ng grasya at pag-ibig ng Panginoon. Pero sana po maintindihan din natin, ang Panginoon kahit walang favoritism, ang ibig ko sabihin, lahat tayo minahal niya, lahat tayo paparusahan niya pag nagkamali, nakikita niya ang dapat pagpalain. Alam niya na yung mga panahon na walang nakakakita sa iyo, walang nakakabati ng iyong katapatan, pero nagtatapat ka pa rin. Naka-record naman sa Panginoon yan.
Amen.
At kaya niyang suplihan ng pananampalataya.
The unequal faith of Hezekiah. And last, of course, the unfailing grace of God. The unfailing grace of God. Of course, we know it. In spite of the goodness, even with all the faith of Hezekiah, man is still undeserving. Kanina sinabi ko, deserving siya in human reasons. Kumbaga, pag-isipin mo nga naman, hiling ng hiling ang tao sa Diyos. Pero pagkatapos, pag ang Panginoon naman ang may hiling, dead pa naman ang Diyos. Are you with me? Siyempre, yun naman ang Panginoon, nakikita naman ho yun. Yung mga panahon na lumalaban ka sa kasalanan, yung mga panahon na ginagawa mo yung tama, yung mga panahon na nagtatapat ka, yung mga panahon na tinataas mo siya. Pero sa kabilang banda naman, kung titignan mo naman ang grasya ng Panginoon, at titignan mo naman ang kaibuturan ng puso ng tao, kahit po ang dami nating nagawa sa Diyos, sino pa naman talaga ang talagang masasabi natin, eto, karapat dapat laging pinapakinggan ng Diyos. Di ba't hindi rin naman? I hope you nagigets yung hindi ko kinokontra yung dalawa. Yung pananampalataya ni Hezekiah, sadya kasing sinusuklian ng Panginoon. Pero sa ikatlong banda naman, mga kapatid, kahit naman siya'y nananampalataya, yung sakit niya naman dapat talaga mamamatay siya nun. Kasi tao lang mo tayo. Pag ang kalusugan natin nasira, ang ating buhay, talagang mamamatay tayo. Halimbawa, magpasagasa ka, mamamatay talaga. I mean, death is sure in this life. Pero doon mo nga makikita yung unfailing grace of God. No matter how sure death was, He added 15 years. That's grace, brother. That's grace. Yes, he deserved to be answered on the point na siya'y nagtatapat sa Panginoon. Sapagkat nakalagay naman sa Bible, sinusuklian ng Diyos ang pananampalataya. Pero teka, kung titignan nyo rin naman sa isang banda, pwede rin naman na Hezekiah talagang dapat na mamatay kasi may sakit siya. Pero mga kapatid, kahit ano bang sabihin natin dapat, kahit ano bang sabihin natin sigurado, pag tinignan mo ang grasya ng Panginoon, hindi pa rin ito masasaklawan dito. Hindi pa rin ito masasaklawan. Napakayaman ng grasya. Huwag nga lang nating abusuhin, kaya ibinigay ko yung point number 2. Kasi nga naman, hindi, pag ako naman humiling sa Panginoon, sasagutin niya ako. Si Hezekiah nga, sinagot eh. O teka, tingnan mo naman ang buhay ni Hezekiah. Yun ang gusto kong i-point. Huwag naman lagi naman na, hindi, pag humiling naman ako sa Lord, sasagutin niya to. Hindi. Tingnan mo naman si Hezekiah kung paano patotoo niya yung naging maganda. Pero sa kabilang banda rin naman, hindi naman laging yun. Lord, ang bait-bait ko, kaya dapat pakinggan mo ko. Kasi kahit anong bait natin, pag talagang dumating ang problema, dapat lang naman problema tayo. Pag dumating ang kamatayan, dapat naman mamatay tayo. Pero kahit ano pa dumating, kamatayan, problema, kahirapan, at ano pa lagi ng problema, hindi niyan masasaklawan ang grasya ng Diyos. Pag ang grasya ng Diyos gusto ka mabubuhay, mabubuhay ka. Pag ang grasya ng Diyos gusto kang yumaman, yayaman ka. Pag ang grasya ng Diyos gusto kang magpatuloy, makakapagpatuloy ka. That is how rich and great the grace and love of God. Amen. And what's the point? Go to God. Be under His perfect will. Because there is an unfailing grace flowing from the river of love of God. Amen. Hindi natatapos ang kanyang hawak. That means you go back. You don't abuse it. Kagaya ng panalangin ni Brother Joel. You don't abuse it. Huwag mo abusuhin. Kasi may point number 2 tayo. May pananampalatayang nire-regard din ng Panginoon sa mga nagre-regard sa Kanya. Kaya hindi naman pwede sabihin, hindi, kahit mabuhay ako sa kasalanan, ang grasya ng Diyos mayaman. Teka, kaya ang daming nananalangin sa Panginoon. Hiling ng hiling, hindi dumarating ang pagpapala, hindi dumarating sa... Kasi sinasadya nila ang buhay nila malayo sa pagtotoo na tama eh. Pero yung sa ikatlong banda naman, sa kahit ang katapatan natin, sana maisip po natin, mayaman ang grasya at awa ng Panginoon. Maaari kang bumalik at magtapat sa Kanya. Maaari kang maging tiyak at huwag matakot dahil tiyak ang awa at grasya niya. Napakayaman. Are you with me?
Okay.
And that's how God remembered that prayer. Remember now, O Lord, and God remembered that prayer. The uncertain life of man, the unequaled faith of Hezekiah, and the unfailing grace of the Almighty God. God bless us all tonight. Let us be under His grace.